Today I'm going to walk you through my process of shipping products to Amazon so they can be sold through Amazon FBA. That's how you get the Prime badge. It's easier than you think, but there's a few key steps you really don't want to mess up. If you sell on Amazon like me or want to sell on Amazon, you know the Prime badge is really important. The only way to get that Prime badge is to ship your products into Amazon's warehouses so they can ship to the customer for you. You can also get the Prime badge by shipping really fast from your house, which is merchant fulfilled, but today we're only going to be talking about Amazon FBA, or when Amazon ships their stuff for you. In order to have that happen, you have to ship your products into Amazon's warehouses. In order to ship your products into Amazon, you need a couple of things. You have to have your product packed into boxes. You need to know the sizes of each of those boxes. You'll need to know the weights of each of the boxes. You need a way to print labels so you can stick them onto the boxes. And you need an Amazon Seller Center account with an active FBA listing. Let me break down what's happening when you ship to Amazon, and then I'll walk you through the process and show you how to do it. Amazon has warehouses all over the country. When you ship your product to the closest Amazon warehouse, it gets opened up and scanned by one of the Amazon workers. It's then sorted, split up, and shipped all over the country to different warehouses. A few are sent to the East Coast, some will stay on the West Coast, some might make it to Chicago or even Texas. All of these Amazon warehouses are capable of shipping directly to your customer for you. So if you ever see the words FC transfer in your inventory status on your Amazon listing, you'll know that it's being split up amongst all the warehouses and it can't be sold just yet. But you might be asking yourself, why would they do that? Doesn't it make sense just to keep everything in one big warehouse? Wouldn't that be easier? Speed. It's what Amazon is built on. And Prime shipping is all about speed. And close means quick. And quick shipping means more sales. And Prime means quick shipping. Therefore, Prime equals more sales. That is why having that Prime badge is vitally important to your Amazon listing. The easiest way to get the Prime badge is by using Amazon FBA. And that means packing and shipping your products and sending them into Amazon. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So let's log in and take a look at our inventory page. The process starts with Seller Central. Log into your Amazon account and you should see something similar to this. We're going to go up here to the hamburger and we're going to hover over inventory and we're going to click on Manage All Inventory. There's many ways to get here, but this is the simplest. The product that we're going to be sending inventory in today is for Maker's Magic, an all-purpose craft glue and sealer that my brand Scorch Marker sells on Amazon. It is absolutely taking off right now, and we need to get a bunch more inventory in so we don't run out of stock. This little arrow right here gives you a snapshot of your current inventory status at a glance. For example, available is the total amount of units that can be sold to a customer right now. Inbound is the number of units that are currently being sent into Amazon and being processed. Reserved is the number of units that are being split up amongst other warehouses, being scanned, being looked at, being intaked. It can mean all kinds of stuff. Unfulfillable means that it's a product that can't be sold to the customer either because it's not scannable, it's been damaged, or it's been lost. Researching is Amazon's way of making sure that the product is what it says it is, and they do a few extra checks to make sure the size requirements are correct as well as the weight. And of course, the total is the total amount of units that will eventually become available to sell to your customers. There's one other option you might see here when looking at your inventory at a glance, and that's FC transfer. If you see FC transfer, it means that the fulfillment center is currently splitting your inventory up and sending it all across the country, just like we talked about earlier. So they'll eventually become available sooner than later. We're going to keep scrolling all the way over to the right and click this little arrow next to edit. We're looking for the line that says send, replenish, inventory. Now, if you don't have that, it's probably because your listing is merchant fulfilled and not Amazon fulfilled. Well, how can you tell? If you look at this column right here, you'll see Amazon, oh, merchant. What does that mean? Merchant means that you are shipping the product to your customer. Amazon means that Amazon is shipping the product to your customer. Every listing starts out as merchant fulfilled. In order to convert it, you have to click on the arrows and go to Change to Fulfilled by Amazon. When you click on this button, Amazon will need to approve the changes. Oftentimes, products can be associated with hazmat as well, so you'll need to pass a hazmat inspection. You'll either have to submit an exemption sheet or give them a copy of your MSDS or material safety data sheet in order to get Amazon to give you the thumbs up to hold your product in their warehouse. This is all about safety. The process can take up to 96 hours just to get this stuff approved, so start it sooner than later, ideally before you have to ship a bunch of inventory into Amazon. We don't want this to hold you up. I'll make another video on that stuff. Let's go back to our item, click on the arrow, and select Send Replenish Inventory. This is where the magic happens. But there's a lot on here, so let's break it down piece by piece. We're going to start over here at the Ship From. This is really important because Amazon looks at where you're shipping the items from and will choose the closest Amazon warehouse. So make sure your address is correct so that the right warehouse is selected. You don't want to ship stuff from California all the way to a Florida warehouse. That would be bad. If your address is not correct, click on Ship From Another Address and this screen will pop up. It's very simple to just add a contact and put in a new address. Next, we're going to take a look at the SKU details. Okay. I have sent in the wrong item before and it has been a major pain in the butt. Please make sure you're sending in the right item to Amazon. Don't make the same mistakes as me. It was a pain to get all of that stuff sent back. Today we're sending in Maker's Magic Gloss, which is our all-purpose craft glue and sealer. Next, we're going to move over to the packing details. If you click on this little arrow, you'll see that we have a few options. One is the master case of Maker's Magic. This is a preset box size that I've already determined. We also have individual units and create a new packing template. You can send inventory into Amazon in one of two ways. The first way is to have a master case like we have, which I'll explain in a moment. The second way is to send in individual units. Oftentimes we don't have master cases and we're just putting stuff in as many boxes as we can fit and find. Well, that's okay. You'll just need to select individual units and fill out the individual box information for each one of your packages. That means you'll need to include the size and the weight for each one and you'll enter them on the next screen. I'll make another video about how to set all this stuff up, but for now we're going to stick with the master case option. Master case? What is that, you might ask? A master case is a standardized box that houses our inventory. Let me give you an example. Maker's Magic is packed out into master cases. Each master case is 15 by 9 by 9. It allows us to stack 2 rows of bottles, 36 on the bottom and 36 on the top, bringing our total to 72 units. We did this strategically because we wanted to include as many units as we could in one box while keeping the weight below 50 pounds. When stuff that weighs more than 50 pounds is shipped, you have to put a team lift sticker on it, and it has to be lifted with 2 people. That causes a challenge. Not to mention, Amazon will charge you more, UPS will charge you more, FedEx will charge you more, and even the post office will charge you more for shipping more than 50 pounds. So when you're creating a master case, make sure it weighs less than that. Our master cases were specifically designed to fit those standards. Plus, it makes logistics and shipping and inventory management just so much easier. If we can just count the number of master cases that we have, then we'll know exactly how many units we have and exactly how much it's going to weigh, making shipping so much easier. But I get it, not everybody has time to create a master case and standardize their shipments, and that's okay. You can still ship into Amazon. When I first started, I was putting stuff in diaper boxes just to get it out the door. There's a time and a place for master cases, just don't let it hold you up. I buy all of my packaging from uline.com because they're affordable, they have net 30 terms, and it doesn't stop me from getting things done quickly. Let's go over to the information section. If you look here, you'll see that Amazon already knows how many units are in a box, and that's because I've created a case pack template. They also know that no prep is required. Prep. What do I mean by that? That means that when I send an item into Amazon, Amazon doesn't have to do anything at all, they just have to scan it. Okay. So what does manufacturer barcode mean? Great question. Manufacturer barcode means that Amazon is going to scan the existing barcode on your product. Maker's Magic has a barcode on it. And that barcode is known as a UPC, or Universal Product Code. It's a code that can be scanned by a computer that tells the system exactly what it is. Amazon's really good about this. They will use the existing barcode on your product if you have it. But sometimes you don't have a barcode on your product. What if you're bundling something? What if it's handmade? What if you're repackaging and selling it under another brand? Then you won't have a barcode. So how do you add one? If you click on prep information, you'll see there's two options, prep guidance and use manufacturer barcode. We're using the manufacturer barcode for this one, but if you didn't have a barcode on your product, you can go through the prep guidance. And that means you'll most likely choose no prep needed, and then you'll save it and go to the next screen where they'll give you a chance to print out labels. The labels that they provide you can be printed out on 30 up sheets. That means there's 30 labels on one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. This paper easily fits into any printer, and you can print out 30 barcodes per page. Those barcodes you then sticker onto your product and put one on each of your products so that it can be scanned by Amazon. We'll talk more about that in another video. For now, we're going to move forward with the case pack template. Today, we are going to ship in 10 master cases. You can already tell that Amazon knows how many units are in a case because I put in 10 and it automatically populated with 720. Let's click on ready to send and go to the next screen. They're asking me to confirm and continue, so let's make sure everything looks good. We have 72 units in a box, no prep is not required. They're scanning the manufacturer barcode. It's being shipped from my address here in California, and the SKU is correct. Let's go ahead and confirm and continue. Now, this process goes a little slow sometimes. Let the system think a little bit. Definitely don't hit refresh or the back arrow, just let it do its thing. Awesome. The next thing that we have to do is choose the shipping date. Today we're going to choose Tuesday the 5th because that's when we're shipping it. If you were going to go drop it off tomorrow, then by all means choose that date. You can see that it's thinking down here to select a shipping carrier. Amazon will automatically choose the best carrier and predetermine where your items are going to go, so you don't have to worry about that part. You have two options here. You have LTL and small parcel. LTL stands for less than truckload. And what that means is pallets. Are you shipping a pallet or are you shipping a box? Tell us which one you're going to use. If you use LTL, you need to make sure that a 55-foot truck can come to your address without any issues. If you can't do that, then I recommend shipping small parcel. Today we're going to ship via small parcel so I can teach you the process, but normally I would ship by using LTL because it's a little faster, it gets intaked faster, and oftentimes it's a little cheaper, but not today. So let's click on SPD because we're going to be doing small parcel delivery. You can see that there's two shipments, shipment 1 and shipment 2. The totals of both of these shipments add up to $130. Amazon partners with places like UPS. When you ship directly through UPS, you get a major discount in shipping when sending your inventory into Amazon. I rarely choose a non-Amazon partner because it's like 2 or 3 times more expensive. So I'd rather drive an extra 20 minutes to a UPS store than to pay extra and go to FedEx or use the post office. It all takes pieces out of your margin, man. These are all costs. You can see that we have 2 shipments set up. Each is going to be 5 boxes, and they're about 235 pounds each. We're going to make sure that UPS Amazon partnered carrier is selected. We're going to accept the charges and confirm the shipping. This will take a few moments, so just give it some time. Great, it loaded. You'll see here that we have shipment 1 and we have shipment 2. This is very common. Amazon will split up your shipments to send it to one part of the country versus the other. For example, this one is going to go to Stockton in California, but this one is going to go to Henderson, Nevada. Amazon strategically does this so it can distribute your items more efficiently. So don't be worried when you see multiple addresses pop up. The next thing that we need to do is print labels. Let me show you how I do that. You have 2 options. You can print on a piece of paper or you can print using a 4x6 inch label printer. We're going to click print on each one of these and it will pull up a separate tab full of my labels. Each box needs 2 labels, an FBA label and a UPS label. So you'll see 10 labels per shipment here because each box gets 2 labels and there's 5 boxes. So I'm going to go back to the other screen and click print on the Stockton shipment, and you'll see now that I have 2 separate pages of 10 labels each, and they're all going to different places. The next thing I'm going to do is print it. When you click on print, you'll get something like this. Make sure the paper size is set to 4x6 inches and the correct printer is selected. I like to use my Dymo 4XL. It's an excellent thermal printer and it makes everything so easy. We also want to fit it to the printable area so nothing gets cut off. Let's go ahead and press print. This is what it looks like when it's printing. This little label printer will spit out stickers that are already ready to go and be stuck on your packages. It is so cool. Highly recommend getting one of these. Now you might be asking yourself, what happens next, Evan? You have the labels, and do I need to do anything on this screen? The short answer is no. We are now done with Amazon Seller Center. Now you need to put the labels on the boxes and get the labels to UPS, and I'm going to show you what that process is like now. Welcome to the workshop. We have a label machine over there. There's an example of an empty master case. And when we are done, we end up with master cases just like these. So let me show you how to get these labels onto these boxes, and then we're gonna load them up and we'll take them over to UPS and I'll show you what the rest of the process looks like. All of these are master cases. Each one of these has 72 units in it, but we need to get the labels put on, then we need to get them loaded in the truck, and then we're gonna take them over to UPS. Let's get started. If you remember, we had two different shipments. This is shipment 1, this is shipment 2. When you look at the labels, you'll see that one of them is for Amazon and one of them is for UPS. We need to put one of each label on each one of these cases so that UPS can scan their label and Amazon can scan their label. So when you see me putting 2 labels on each box, that's because each box needs 2 labels. I'm gonna put this one here, this one there. They fit perfectly. I just have to muscle them because they're 50 pounds each. I mean, don't quote me on that. I mean 47. If y'all are learning something, you would have known. At Evan, you can't ship 50 pounds without getting penalized. You're right, you're right. Okay, this is shipment number 2. We have 10 labels to put on, and there's 5 boxes. Remember, 2 labels per box. When I'm applying these labels, I make sure that there's no creases on the scannable part. I want to make sure that UPS and Amazon have 0 issues. If you pack these up in a way where Amazon or UPS has to struggle, your stuff is going to get forgotten about and it's going to cause delays. So it's our responsibility to own this process and to make it as smooth as humanly possible. Amazon shipments. I'm going to also load up these 5 boxes because I'm going to take them over to XPO Logistics to drop them off. So I'm going to load those up too. Pushing 200 pounds of weight. Lightweight. Lightweight.
Yeah, buddy. Lightweight.
Gets me every time. Hi, buddy. Yes, we're gonna go soon. Just be patient with me, okay? We also need to load up our trusty hand cart so it's easy to unload these when we're at UPS. Now, this stuff that I have right here isn't for Amazon. I'm going to drop off about 5 cases at a logistics center or a freight warehouse so they can ship it over to our fulfillment center for me. So I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone and do both trips at the same time. So like I said, the first place we're gonna go is the post office because I need to drop off a couple of packages for our customers. I don't wanna keep them waiting. Then we're gonna head over to UPS and I'm gonna show you exactly what it's like to drop off Amazon shipments to a UPS location. You probably have a Shopify store or an Amazon, but when you get that dopamine hit of getting an order on your store, once you feel it, you're gonna get hooked. It's so hard to get off it because the dopamine hit of getting a sale is just, oh, it's so powerful, man. It's different, man, it hits different. All right, post office is halfway done. All right, we're at the post office. I'm gonna go get the rest of these unloaded. All right, we did it. Now, let's head down to UPS. All right, we're here. Nailed it. We're at the UPS store. Let me show you what this process is like. What's up, man? Got a couple heavy boxes, like usual. Awesome, perfect, dude. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Appreciate you. Let's go. We just got everything dropped off at UPS. We take our boxes in, we make sure they scan each item, and then we get them set off to the side. When in doubt, just ask, just be kind. Most people are really nice. This is our receipt that shows documented proof that we dropped off these boxes. So if Amazon ever loses anything or it doesn't show up, we can show them proof that we did ship it in, so if it's lost, it's their fault, and they will reimburse us for that cost. Much smoother than you might have originally thought. All these UPS stores, they have awesome people. I hope this helps.